Is this a GR treatment?
They
Did GR do something to this car?
They said they did.
Alright. Are we going to get a GRMN German 86?
It's been at least a year. Still nothing.
We have a German turn signal stop. I'm just waiting for the German 86. Because the Supra German come out. Finally they admitted. It's a German car.
And there was one article by Japan Nostalgic Car. On April 1st, I didn't realize. It came out, and they said the entire Supra project was a money laundering operation for some Japanese guy who has some German philic tendency. He did some exchange.
Don't laugh. There's a lot of germophilicness in Japanese culture. I'm not kidding you. Yes. Oh. Look at the amount of anime with German themes and German names. I'm not kidding you. There is a lot of
Germophilia.
Yeah. Germophilia or whatever.
That's like liking germs, right? It's like bacteria.
Germophilia.
And
I the last time I sat in the previous 86 was a decade ago. I can't remember.
The car is that old, right?
Yeah, it is. It's older than a decade, bro.
But the only thing I remember is, okay, this thing was similar. You have the red color.
I can't remember. Okay.
Stuff.
Okay. It's nice. It's nice.
It's nice. But I also remember the interior being not stupid, but like some poor decisions.
Oh, okay.
You know, you sit inside and you're just like, this doesn't feel like a nice car, you know?
I wasn't impressed with it when it was launched because I was driving the Silvia S15 at that time. So I had that superiority complex judging it like, yeah, what kind of low-class vehicle is this? And who did all the engineering work?
Subaru. You open the thing, it says Subaru there.
I remember, I don't know whether it's true, my memory plays tricks on me sometimes, but I remember seeing a clip where Toyota engineer was talking about how Porsches don't put their boxes in front because it's like, the steering rack and pinion. Yeah. And then there's a Subaru engineer at the back going like, what the fuck? We've been doing this for
30 years. It's not rocket science, dude.
I remember he said, we spent so much, there was so much challenge.
Yeah.
Putting the boxer in the front because then you have the steering rack problem, and the Subaru guy was like, what?
The guy who did all the work is like just flaring his nostrils.
I just copied and pasted what it did.
Thesis time.
Thesis time.
Okay, so the first 86, I didn't really get it because I'm like, this is not really what an 86 is.
It's not. 86 is Corolla with two less door.
Correct. Yeah. 86 is a glorified Corolla.
It is a Corolla full stop.
No, it is not a Corolla full stop because there's a backstory to it, which I can.
They got lazy.
No, they
cheated, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they cheated because they're like, oh, now we go front wheel drive. But how do you make a sports car front wheel drive? Fuck this shit. Let's recycle it.
So that is how this car is related to the old 86. It's not the same kind of product because this is actually a sports car.
Okay.
You know, it's an independent sports car.
It is
made, between Subaru and Toyota.
Yeah.
And this is mostly Subaru's work, right? I mean, even Toyota has to admit it. These buttons are all freaking Subaru, man. It's not, I mean, the badge is Toyota, but the buttons are Subaru.
Let's put it this way, the entire drivetrain is
Subaru.
Toyota
may have done a lot of tuning. They may have done all the tuning, but it's a Subaru-produced car. Okay? So let's get that out of the way. And
That's what they say about the Supra.
Yeah. It's two things, okay? It's to give Toyota showrooms a sports car, an affordable sports car to sell, which is good. And it's also a marketing exercise to make you think that Toyota makes sports cars.
They don't. They don't even make cars. I'll tell you what, they don't even make cars. They only assemble. They are like Inocom.
Yeah.
They assemble ideas together. Hey, you make here lah. And then you let me put my badge on it. That's what they are.
But they still do the Corolla, they still do the Camry.
Now you see, I go back to the history and heritage of Toyota, and they have always had long-standing partnership when it comes to sports car. That's their DNA. Yeah. But asking other people to do, then you put your badge on it and add a hard top. That's beyond me. That's just lazy.
That's Toyota of today.
But I have to say, looking at the numbers, I was just talking to you about this yesterday. Looking at the numbers of Z. Actually, from a business point of view, that was the correct idea. Because, the numbers are scary bad. Z was like 1,000 plus unit. The Supra was, 2,000 unit, 2,000 plus unit. Bad shit, man. How do you
US,
how do you make money like this in a year? You can't, right?
So it is a marketing exercise, which is what the initial 86 was. because they are trying to sell the new Corolla. But to have a sports car, you need to use the old chassis and dress it up to look like the new Corolla.
Does this look like the new Corolla?
No, it isn't. It's just the Toyota badge. The marketing is the Toyota badge.
But they have the GR Corolla that looks like the Corolla. So, I mean, I don't get that idea.
Yeah.
They're just, to me, they're just trying to cash in on the hype of the 86. Wow. I like, do you think it's piped in, the sound?
I can't tell, but there are times where when I rev very high, it doesn't sound natural.
Yeah.
You know,
It sounds too consistent.
Yeah.
Huh? Like there is no mistake.
Correct.
Which is why it felt a bit fake, right?
When I was driving on Saturday, there was one moment where I was alone and I was like, really
You've been having fun with this car.
I was in JB. I just came back. So I was driving and then I was like, shit, it feels like damn engaging, like it wakes you up. But then I'm like, is it real?
It doesn't feel real, because
I have my doubts.
Because the direction of the sound seems a bit wrong.
Yeah.
It's supposed to come from bottom back, but it's not.
It's coming from these two speakers.
It's a little bit like it's a little bit like modern lady. You have to check,
After the Instagram thing.
I identify as a lady. It's a cock. Obstacle detected.
In a sports car, this whole obstacle
Interference,
thing is a bit annoying.
They should have a mode where they switch these things off.
You can, but it's buried in the settings.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's a BMW steering.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Correct.
So
it
how?
doesn't want to cancel. So you want to.
This is the dumbest thing I've seen.
Yeah, I
Man.
know. Even BMW in some models they stopped.
They stopped already. Even the F30 I had also.
They stopped already.
They stopped already. This is like BMW before that.
Yeah.
Right?
I think what they did was they asked BMW, hey, since we're making the Supra with you, can we borrow this thing so people think that all the GR cars have the
Has
consistent
BMW feel. Oh, so cheap now, this X5.
X5, but only the plug-in hybrid is cheap.
90,000 or 90,000. I'm like, wow.
25% of the brand new price.
In what, 6 years? 6 years? Wow,
Within a generation.
A lot of European car has completely bottomed out this round of depreciation. I wonder why.
I don't think people have that kind of capacity to spend on maintenance anymore.
Yeah. No spare cash. If only they make it more revy.
Yeah, if only if it's a Honda engine, like 8,000. the red line will start at the end.
The first 3,000 RPM was compressed into like 1/4. Yeah. 7,000 they start giving you warning.
Yeah.
But okay lah.
Complain. For a modern engine that is this refined,
Yeah.
to be torquey at the low end,
Right.
and yet be able to scream.
Oh yeah.
Freaking good.
It's very good, because a lot of people go, wow, Honda, 8,000, 9,000. Yeah, but you want to drive it properly, you'll be scared, man.
Yeah. When I started driving this, I was like, oh man, I miss my Integra so much. But then I realized when I was in my Integra,
you are never able to push it that hard.
when you push it hard, it's over.
It's over.
You shift already.
Yeah.
When you get to that screaming pace, you feel scared to keep it screaming.
Yeah.
You gotta shift up.
Yeah.
And when you shift up, the torque goes, the power goes.
That's why they don't do it like that anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's
It's
a bit childish.
Yeah, it's a bit childish. It's like a drug, right? You build it up to that high, and then you have to like build it up.
You're
again.
not really driving.
Yeah.
You are pushing to 7,500 RPM.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing all the time.
Correct.
Right?
Whereas this one is, you can push it, you can enjoy that high, but you also get a lot of torque down.
You are driving, yeah. And it pushes a little bit, and not too much.
Yeah.
Like a Mercedes,
Yeah.
like a Volvo. It's
Yeah, it's not like a 63 car.
No.
It's very, very useful.
I really like, bro.
So rare also, because like when I showed it to other people, nobody knows what to make of it. Because if I brought down a Porsche 718,
Okay.
a Cayman or a Boxster, immediately people are like, it's a performance car, it's a Porsche, it's a sports car,
Yeah.
you know where to place it.
Yeah.
But when I try to describe this car to people,
How do you describe it?
Yeah.
Describe to me now.
I'm
What is
like,
this car?
This car is sports car
Yeah.
that is not that high performance. It's not top-end performance sports car.
Right.
It is entry-level sports car.
Okay.
Which is a segment that almost doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
Literally, the contenders are the Subaru BRZ, which is the same exact
Okay,
car,
okay.
and Mazda Miata MX-5.
Do you not have anything from Europe? The GTIs
The Z4s are edging on to
to a little bit luxe cruiser.
And the GTIs, I would not put the GTI in this category.
Why?
Because the GTI is a regular car.
They are fast but mundane.
Not just that, GTI is practical.
Okay.
You can use a GTI and you can use a Honda Civic Type R as a family car.
Yes.
It has 4 doors, it has a hood. You know, it's a normal...
but the Type R is hard to live with.
I think you can make it work. It's not easy, but you can make it work.
Right.
Because there is a boot.
Right.
There is no boot here.
Yeah, I know.
The boot you open up is that shallow.
I know.
So this is literally...
It's 944.
it's a lifestyle car that is
not particularly fast.
And not luxurious. So it's not really a statement car.
Right.
It's a lifestyle car for you who enjoys driving.
Yeah.
If you want to pay for something, a weekend car, you don't want to change people's perception of you. You just want something for your own enjoyment. This is probably the only option. This and the MX-5. I saw MX-5 RF going for 150.
Brand new.
1.5.
No. Used. 1.5 cannot lah.
But I would rather have the 1.5.
What?
I've driven the 2-litre Skyactiv engine.
Okay.
It's not that great.
It's not.
It doesn't sound great. But the 1.5 is great.
Is it?
The 1.5 in the 2-litre, it's like this, you know. It wants to rev. It's not doing anything, but it's slow car fast.
It's like the Mazda 3 1.5.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah.
We drove that.
It's not fast, it's all over the place.
But it was damn fun. The thing was screaming, you're having your fun time, and then the speedometer is like 60 kilometers per hour. That's what you want out of the MX-5, right?
It is.
You don't really want... You see, you drove the 2-litre manual, you're still not getting any speed.
You're still not getting serious speed.
Yeah.
So might as well just go all the way bottom.
And then it's more of a purist car. Mazda MX-5 and Porsche 911, the only 2 unbroken lines in performance car history.
But you do know that the modern 911 has nothing to do with it.
But it's an unbroken line. And in that case, MX-5 is even more of a purebred than the 911.
Yeah. In that way, yes.
Yeah. So just get the 1.5. In 50 years, you sell it, you'll lose no money.
I'm very...
Anyway, value.
I cannot...
You cannot brain that.
It's like 1.5. Unless you're like 900 kg or 850 kg, I cannot connect.
The car... What, the weight only went up by 90 kilos in 4 generations.
I know, it's 1,000 plus right now.
And I can brain having a 1.5 litre sports car because I had a 1.6 litre sports car.
Yeah, but that your car weighed 900 kg.
1,000, touching 1,000.
It's 1.6.
Same thing,
It's 1.6. That 0.1 makes a big difference. Because 1.5, because 1.5 you got into cheap econo box territory. 1.6, God. In the 90s, there was once 1.6 killed it. Killed everyone the Type R.
That's the same engine lah.
It's that engine lah. Not the 1.5, man. Come on.
That's my target. I want to...
MX-5 1.5 manual. The manual was impressive. The gear change was impressive. But this one, please don't get the auto. Please lah.
Value score is a 2.5. The only way it makes sense is if you're slightly oblivious
to the existence of the PRZ.
Maybe you enjoy driving. For whatever reason you can't buy a Subaru.
An additional 20,000-30,000 ringgit is not going to make a difference to you.
Yeah.
And then you prefer to service it in Toyota because they're everywhere as opposed to servicing it in the Subaru, which is nowhere and getting lesser every day.
Oh yeah, you saw that.
Did they not realize that if you look at the change in the top valuable vehicles in the world in the past 3 years, Japanese car has only one representation in the top 8?
Which is?
Toyota.
Wow.
All the other ones has gone.
Honda?
I was just watching, gone. Tesla is number 1 now. It came in like everyone just gone into a different level of scale. You know who's there? BYD, of course lah. Yeah. We all know. I was surprised to see Great Wall there in the top 10. I was surprised to see SAIC there in the top 10.
This is in terms of volume.
No, valuation.
Valuation. Wow.
Yeah. And BYD is freaking impressive now. They just overtook Tesla, didn't they?
2 years in a row. When they do their counting, they count all their cars.
Is it? But it says there.
They call it new energy, which
new
means
energy.
hybrid.
Inclusive of hybrid. Yeah.
So when you count all their cars, they are beating Tesla. But when you count the electricals, Tesla.
Just electric, no, not yet. Okay. Seal, waiting for the seal.
Yeah. And you see when BYD says they sell more cars than Tesla, it's like, come on, you sell the Dolphin, you sell a $100,000 car.
Well, if you're Tesla, you'll be scratching your head. I have no answer to that.
Yeah, maybe it's okay. Maybe the margins are too small for that.
Yeah.
Also, it muddies your image.
But therein lies the problem. That's where people can get in.
EV you can touch. Touchable EV.
Touchable EV.
Like the Neta.
Yeah, Neta, nobody wants it. Oh, that one's scary. Nobody dares to buy.
You know, I was in Thailand and Neta V is everywhere.
Huh?
Because Neta V in Thailand is the equivalent of 50,000 ringgit.
Holy crap.
They throw in a charger for you, home charger.
Holy crap. It's like,
I was in northern Thailand.
If it serves me 3 years, even if I sell it for $1, doesn't matter.
It's like if the Aura Good Cat was 60k, you would buy it.
I would buy it now.
And this is like Aura Good Cat minus the charm. And it's that.
No, originally I'm willing to buy Aura Good Cat 100,000.
But now 60.
Now no. Now no. You know, that's why they should have. I offered. At that time they were saying what 138. No. I said 100. No, we don't give discount. F you.
Now you see lah.
Now 90 also I don't want. 80 I'll think about it. 70 yes, I'll take. Yeah, you see how fast it. Because you look at how the Taycan. The Taycan depreciate.
Half price.
In 2 years. 50,000 pounds.
But I think maybe I'm not sure lah. I didn't look at the data, but it could be the base models. Because
100,000. The base was 100. We're not even talking about high-end one. The high-end was 110.
No, the Porsche Taycan base models are so unpopular that they are discontinued in some markets. The range is too low. Cannot compete with it. This doesn't make sense. Taycan only makes sense when it's up in the turbo levels. So those ones you go and see if they depreciate the same rate. But the turbo is like $1 million with tax free, It doesn't make sense.
Which is absurd. This cannot be your first car.
No way. Even if you're maybe if you're single.
Can it be your second?
Second can. As long as your first car is either Camry or van.
If it goes in a workshop, you're fucked.
No, you get 2 cars, okay lah.
Yeah. This one you want to carry your children.
Oh yeah. If that car goes in the workshop.
If that car goes in the workshop, you're fucked.
Yeah. I don't think people think that far in advance. You'd be surprised how short-term Malaysians can be.
You know my Alphard?
Yeah.
I didn't have it because it had an ECU problem. The ECU decided to die in a Toyota. Thank goodness it's 2,000 ringgit. The ECU died. So it was in a workshop for a month. A week plus.
Whole life kelang kabut.
My life was like, how does people live without Alphard? Go makan, have to drive 2 cars. What kind of stupid shit is this? What nonsense is this?
Yeah.
What? People do that?
Yeah, people do that.
What the f?
People will either take 2 cars or they will squeeze 6 people into 1 car.
Okay, that's illegal.
Yeah. But
that's illegal.
That is a Malaysian norm, man. Either take 2 cars or squeeze into 1 car. It's been
I
going on for years.
I had to squeeze my daughter.
Alphard is not a timeless entity, It only came around.
I know, but
years.
it completely changed my life to the level where I cannot imagine a life without it. I understand. My friend was telling me people hates it. His wife hates the Alphard. He wanted to get it, but his wife hates it. I said, I get the hate. Yeah. I understand why people hate it. But how can you live without it? No, maybe because I am permanently 7 or 8% have to go out if we go out together. So you put me in the Serena, you can see the kid's face. No, my daughter has to sit on the house helper's lap. I'm like, no lah, not nice lah. And illegal. But I don't know how people live without it. I mean, all my car is practically useless one. Only one person can sit. This seat also, the electric seat also, rosak or whatever lah, you name it lah. But at least I need to have one MPV. Do you feel like that with your Alza?
No.
You want to get rid of your Alza?
It's me, I'm going to get rid of it.
You know, my worker's Alza, fucker bought an Alza for 21,000.
Shit, cheap.
Cheap ah? It's cheap ah? It's the stupidest decision ever. I told him, I know how much he earns. So I tell him, don't get an Alza. Get a Potong Vira. 4,000 ringgit. You burn an engine is 2,000. You burn a gearbox is 1,800. You haggle a bit is 1,500.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? No, Alza. Alza 21,000.
Yeah.
6 months. Burn 2 engine.
What?
Burn 1 gearbox.
How? Does he drive hard?
No, he does not. He's a Bangladeshi. He doesn't even dare to speed fast. This is because of the way he looks.
Just in case police.
So I'm telling you, this is the dumbest decision. Go and get an Osaka. Go and get a Vira.
Yeah.
You know, it's a better car. You know,
I thought it was
it's not. I don't look down on Perodua because it's cheap. I look down on Perodua because it is shit. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
It is shit. I would rather spend 1/3 of that to drive a Vira daily, a manual Vira from the early age some more. Even better. The later one a bit. You know, the early one better. I've driven the early ones and the automatic also. Oh, it's good way. It's comfortable. It's big.
Yeah. Then it was still Mitsubishi supervised.
It's good. You buy that. So, and I asked myself, my dad, you know why we buy the E-Class? Because my dad needed a car for a while. So, we look around, okay, better don't spend more than 10,000. People are telling my dad, buy a Myvi lah. I'm like, please do not do that kind of stupid shit. Save a couple of thousand, go and buy an E-Class. It's a lot better. Yeah, sure, road tax lah, whatnot. But still, I don't know why people buy Perodua. My 6 Series is coming. I'm going to kick that out of that parking spot. I'm going to tell you, Peroduas do not deserve shade over their head. Get my 6 Series in there.
Yeah. The only positive about the Alza I can say is, okay, one, it is useful for moving stuff because you can fold everything.
Yeah.
The second thing is, this is the least headache I've ever had with a car. Which I can't say for any of my cars.
Which I can't say for that Alza.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Maybe the mileage is way too high.
The problem is there's no competition for that.
In terms of reliability?
In terms of max utility, minimum cost. What else can you get?
Vira?
You can't move furniture in a Vira.
Okay. Joa. Okay, maybe not. No.
Jura also is too old.
Yeah. Okay, old is one thing, but old, reliable, okay ma? And simple to live with ma? Okay.
Maybe it was a very abused grab unit.
The
mileage
mileage is high lah.
Mine is 80.
My Alphard is 400 over 1,000. My friend was like, what? You run the earth how many times? 2 times. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the only thing that's Toyota about it, the injection system.
You mean Subaru doesn't have an injection system?
They have, but Toyota said, can we please put something? Otherwise people will say we didn't do any work.
Nice. There was one 25i first gen Z4 for sale for 30 over 1,000 yesterday. It sold in one day. I wanted to see it. My friend sent to me on Saturday night. I wanted to see it on Sunday morning. It's gone.